Hello student, welcome to digital classes. This video is for class 6 and the subject is science. Now this is the continue of the chapter number 8, body movement. This is the fourth part of this chapter. In the previous video I covered locomotion and the movement in animal body, human body and its movement, bone joint like movable joint, fixed joint, ball socket joint, pivot joint, hinge joint, gliding joints, the skeleton system, the various organ of the skeleton system, then the function of different skeleton parts like backbone, chest bone, shoulder bone, hip or a pelvic bone, hand bone, leg bone, cartilages, etc. etc. In this video, I am going to tell you about the gait of animals, means how do animals move or do locomotion. Now the skeleton system, skeleton function in support, movement and protection. The three main type of skeletons are hydrostatic skeleton, exoskeleton, endoskeleton. Hydrostatic skeleton consists of fluid held under pressure in a closed body compartment. It helps protect other body parts by cushioning them from shocks, and it also gives the body shape and provides support for the muscles action, means they are able to help with this hydrostatic skeleton. Now exoskeletons. Exoskeleton rigid external skeleton characteristic of the phylum Arthropoda, a group that include insects, spiders and others such as crabs. It's characteristic of the phylum Arthropoda, a group that includes insects, spiders and such as crabs, etc. Now endoskeletons, it consists of hard or leathery support elements suited among the soft tissues of an animals like in frog. See, we already read about endoskeleton and exoskeleton before. The skeleton that is inside the body and made of bones is called endoskeleton. The skeleton that is outside the body and not made of bone is called endoskeleton. Now I am going to tell you how animals move, means gaits of animals. This is in the page number 116. Different animal use different organs to move from one place to another. For example, birds fly, fish swims, snakes slither or crawl. Now let us discuss about the movement or the locomotion in the different animals. Now the locomotion in animal. First type is swimming. Animal swims in diverse way. First, insect use their legs as oars to push against the water. Squids, scallops and some jellies and other take in water and squirting it out and bursts. Fishes swim by moving their body and tail from side to side. Now the next is walking or running. A walking animal moves each leg in turns, overcoming friction between the foot and the ground with each other. Steps. To maintain balance, a four-legged animal usually keeps 3 feet on the ground at all time when walking slowly. Now the next type of locomotion is hopping, a specialized mode of locomotion that has also evolved independently in several rodents, like in kangaroo use 2 feet to jump. So the kangaroo use their feet for locomotion by hopping. Now the next way is flying. Few animals groups insect, reptiles including birds, and among the mammals, bat etc. use flying as a locomotion way to move from one place to another in search of shelter, food, water, and etc. And this is the another way of locomotion. An animal is crawling. Animal that have no limbs or very short limbs drag their bodies along the ground in a crawling movement. It is because much of the animal's body is in contact with the ground. Its energy is mainly expended to overcome friction rather than gravity. So they are move with the help of crawling, and earthworm is the example who crawl to show locomotion. Now gaits of animals. Gaits is the pattern of movement of the limbs of animals and human during locomotion over a solid substrate. Most animals use a variety of gaits based on speed, terrain, and the need to moreover maneuver and energetic efficiency. Different animal species may use different gaits due to the difference in anatomy that present use of certain gaits. Different animals use different organs to move from one place to another, means do locomotion. For example, birds used to fly, fish used to swim, snake crawl and slither. Now I'm going to discuss how does an earthworm move or do locomotion. Earthworm. The body of the earthworm is made up of many rings joined end to end. An earthworm does not have bones. It has muscles that help to extend and shorten the body. During movement, the earthworm first extends the front part of the body, keeping the rear portion fixed to the ground. Then it fixes the front end and release the rear end, means the back end. It then shortens the body and pulls the rear end forward. This makes it move forward by a small distance. Repeatedly such muscles expansion and contraction, the earthworm can able to move or do locomotion through the soil. The body secretes a slimy substance to help the movement. Also under the body are large number of tiny bristles, hair-like structure projecting out. The bristles are connected with the muscles and help to get a good grip on the ground. The earthworm usually eats its way through the soil. Its body then throws away the undigested part of the material that it eats. This activity of an earthworm makes the soil more useful for plants also. Now everybody know that this is a snail, and now I am going to tell you how does a snail moves. Snail. The rounded structure a snail carries on its back is called the shell, and it is outer skeleton of the snail, but it is not made up of bone. The shell is a single unit and does not help in moving from one place to another. It has to be dragged along. The snail can even hide its head inside the shell when they are feeling danger. For movement, a thick structure and the head of the snail come out of an opening in the shell. The thick structure of its foot made up of strong muscles. The undersurface of the muscular foot is foot is lubricated with mucus, which help in movement and also reduce the risk of injury with a sharp object. Waves of muscular contracts along this surface help a snail to move. So it means the snail has a muscular foot which is a part of its belly and helps it in locomotion. The snails move very slowly with a wavy motion. Everyone see the cockroaches in their home. Now I am going to tell you about how does a cockroach move. Cockroaches walk, climb and also fly in the air. They have three pair of legs. These help in walking. The body is covered with a hard outer skeleton. This outer skeleton is made up of different units joined together and that permits movement. These are two pair of wings attached to the breast. The cockroaches have distinct muscle. Those near the legs move the leg for walking. The breast muscles move the wings when the cockroaches flies. A cockroaches can move in different terrains like sand and wide meshes because of the spine on its leg. In other words, the three pair of joined legs attached to the breast region help cockroach to walk. The exoskeleton is also joined and permit movement. The two pair of wings are attached to the breast. In the breast region there are strong and large muscles. These muscles move the legs for walking. Another set of breast muscles move the wings during flying. Now see, how do the birds fly? Birds have two kind of locomotion. Birds can walk on any surface with their legs. The bone of hinge limbs are fit for walking and perching. The birds flies in the air and walk on the ground. Some birds like ducks and swans also swim in water. The birds can fly because their body are well suited for flying. Their bones are hollow and light and they do not have a urinary bladder. These features help them to fly easily. The bones of the hind limbs are typical for walking and perching. The bony part of the forelimbs are modified as wings. The shoulder bones are strong. The breast bones are modified to hold the muscles of flight, which are used to move the wings up and down. The tail controls the direction of the flight. Now see, this is a snake and I am going to tell you about the locomotion of snake. Now how do snakes move or do locomotion? Snakes have a long backbone and many thin muscles. These are connected to each other even though they are far from one another. The muscles also interconnected the backbone, ribs and skin. It is this interconnected muscles that helps them slither, means फिसलना. Snakes move in S-shaped loop and in a zigzag manner. Each loop of the snake gives it a forward push by pressing against the ground. Since its long body makes many loops and each loop gives it push, the snake moves forward very fast and not in a straight line. Snake have difficulty in moving or very smooth surface but can move in grass, sand and water. They can even climb trees. Though they do not have arms or legs, but they are able to climb the tree. Suppose a snake is follow you, then you may change direction every moment, then they are not able to chase you. Now these are fishes. Now check, how do fish move? Now how do fish moves? The head and tail of the fish are smaller than the middle portion of the body, and the body taper at the both ends. This body shape is called streamlined. The shape is such that water can flow around it easily and allow the fish to move fast in water. This streamlined shape is also used in many purposes, like in the shape of aeroplane, in the shape of car from the front. The skeleton of the fish is covered with strong muscles. During swimming, the muscles make the front part of the body curve to one side and the tail part swimming towards the opposite side. The fish forms a curve, then quickly the body and the tail curve to the other side. This makes a jerk and push the body forward. A series of such jerks make the fish swim ahead. This is helped by the fins or of the tail. The tail moves from side to side and help the fish swim in the right direction. Fish also have other fins on their body which mainly help to keep the balance of the body and to keep change the direction while swimming. Fish have a spindle shaped streamlined body. This shape of the body help it to move in water. Fish use their muscular tail and fins for swimming. The air-filled swim bladders make the body buoyant. Buoyant force is applied by the water in upward direction. During swimming, the front part of the body and the tail part curve in opposite direction. This makes a jerk and push the body forward. A series of such jerks make the fish swim ahead. The paired and unpaired fins help to keep the balance of the body and to keep direction. I think everyone would understand what I taught in this video, and in the next video I am going to explain all the question and answer, so you have to write easily. So in the next video I am going to discuss all the question that is on the page number 119, which will make your work easy.